Okay, quick update on gold here. Bloodbath in the markets. Interestingly enough, that Friday bloodbath, so we'll start with GDX here, daily chart. That Friday bloodbath for general equities actually saw a humongous green candle for GDX, which was actually a bullish outside day. I mentioned this in my previous video. You'll see it in the description, a link to it in the description as always. So we started down here, we opened down here, and then just rocketed higher. Very promising. And then we opened today here. So it was still inside, and we actually closed the day inside. And this is important just to understand these details. We did not make a new low on the daily chart today. We managed to stay inside. Yet we did close on the lows. Not a good looking candle at all. And we'll go to the weekly chart to get a sense. But like this is just, I mean, look at this. This is just rolling over. We had our high on day 14, and it would seem we are declining into a daily cycle low after this precipitous decline that started, right? And, you know, daily cycle before that, 41 days, 30, 54, 50, 53. So at this point, I think you actually have your ingredients for a short. Let's see if a bounce, let's see if we get more of a little bit of a bounce, maybe even to like 31, 31 and a half. But if we look at the weekly chart, I would say, so we had what was like teasing potentially a swing low on week 15. I mentioned this, it never actually materialized. We really just consolidated inside this range, and we're still consolidating inside this range. We still haven't made that new low. That would be making a move below, let's see here. That would be a move below 29.66. And so getting down into that 29.65 area, and it would seem like we're going to get there, right? Like maybe we get a bounce tomorrow with the general market because this is just such a big waterfall decline. But I think we're still declining into an ICL. This was not a weekly cycle low is my guess. Unlike uranium, where it really kind of convinced us that it was, which may mean that, you know, they're like uranium may not be as negative as we think. And if we look at the monthly chart, my God, this looks so ugly. It just like we appear to be like it would be the 2886 area that we really wouldn't want to lose. I mean, there's just not a lot of air down there, right? You can easily find yourself down at, you know, 23, right? And consider that week 20 is not super late in the weekly cycle. It's also not early. So it's not like we would expect a decline for another 10 weeks, but not looking great here. So that's GDX. We'll go to gold. So gold had its high on day 19 of the daily cycle. And now, which was actually today, interesting, right? This is June 13th, by the way, Monday. And so today we made a new low, possibly a fake breakdown as we're starting to reverse back up. More importantly, on the weekly chart, this was a bit more ambiguous, or this was also ambiguous, but we did actually have a swing low at one point. So week 22, so far we're now kind of bleeding into it, and so it's entirely possible this is actually just a failed new. It's a new weekly cycle, not failed, not yet, but that like has topped early. Not a good look, and the monthly not looking great. Knowing that the 8-year cycle is approaching, 8-year cycle low is approaching, I should say. We really need to be seeing upside here in these weekly cycles and not this kind of bearish action. And finally, for silver, top on day 16. Today is day 22. So far, just nothing but an inside day. Yesterday, pretty big bearish candle. I should say today, Monday, was a big bearish candle. This is your candle that started tonight, but it will form your Tuesday candle. We would need a move below 2097 to break the low. That's what we're kind of watching for, to just kind of complete this and kind of fall over. And on the weekly, same picture really as GDX. Week 20 looks like we're rolling over here. Silver tends to have these 27-week cycles, so very possible that we're just moving into one of those, right? 26, 27 weeks. So that gives you another couple months of downside potentially. And I'll end with the dollar because that is super important in terms of its implications. So I saw a lot of commentators. I mean, there are a lot of commentators that or analysts, I should say, that have been waiting for the dollar to top for like literally months. Considering we had our 3-year cycle low last June or January 2021, so we've been rallying for 18 months. If we look at so that was our day DCL, and I'll just do a quick count on the daily cycle. So our high is day 10 so far. So we could certainly be getting a top here. We did make a new high, and so there is a suggestion that this is a new weekly cycle. That was your daily chart. I'll move over to the weekly chart now. I suspect this was a shallow weekly cycle low, right? It was just 2 red weeks. So this confirmed the swing high. So this downdraft created this swing high here. Then we had some bearish follow through. We poked down the following week and then just reversed up. We have made a new high, so that can we have a new 18-month high. I think it is it? Or actually, sorry, it's month 16, right? So all signs point to the idea. Actually, this is month 17. All signs point to the idea that the rally for the dollar continues. And remember, it's the 3-year cycle low we're watching for. And as I just mentioned, our last 3-year cycle low was actually January 2021. And so a 36-month cycle, we're only on month 17. We could easily have, another 7, maybe even 10 months of upside, even if we're going to get, a 3-year cycle decline that lasts, even 9 to 10 months. We could still rally another 9 or 10 months from here, right? Because you can just do the math. There are approximately 19 months left before we would expect the cycle low, the 3-year cycle low. So not looking good for dollar bears, which has implications for many things, including precious metals, obviously.